And before we get into your heavy drinking,
Yeah.
because you clearly have empathy for his plight, watching his team win and lose. But they were playing Kansas City.
Yeah.
And I saw you thought you were being real cute with your like.
My Chiefs hat. And
Yeah, your like Taylor Swift stuff. Do you keep that bit going?
no.
Because you realize it's serious.
He caught me bringing it home and he goes, get that out of my house. And Parker goes, can I have it? And he was like, if you wear that in the house, I will throw you off the balcony.
What floor do you live on?
You would not throw her off the balcony.
What floor?
The 15th floor.
Okay.
She would definitely be a goner. Baby Biggins would be Dunions. So satisfying.
I'm not mad at you.
You're not?
No, how could I be mad at you when things are this satisfying?
You're right. But I mean, you could probably find a reason to be mad at me. I'm infuriating sometimes.
I have found you are an infuriating person, but I find difficulty faulting you for it.
Okay, why is that?
Because you are a very honest person.
Okay.
You are who you are.
Right. Love me or leave me.
Foibles or not.
What's a foible?
I feel like it's, love me or leave me. It's the same kind of basic thing.
Okay.
And it's almost like we knew this going in.
Right.
We knew this going in, so why would I be sitting there if I love you for being you,
Right.
I can't also be mad at you for being you.
I mean, my husband does all of those things.
Okay. Well, here's the other thing too.
Yeah.
I get to after we do the show, I
Yeah.
go bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next time.
I don't go like, oh, let's make decisions on raising a family together.
Right.
Oh, let's spend all of our days together.
Right.
Let's make our financial decisions
Right.
together. I don't have to do any of that.
Right.
It's joyous.
It's joyous, right? So I'm a great partner and friend, but I would not work for you in a relationship.
No. Work wife status.
Great.
Perfect. Because then Fred Flintstone goes "Rrrr," and rings the bell.
Okay.
And when that Flintstone theme starts going and I'm yabba dabba doing down the back of a tail of a dinosaur,
Yeah.
see you tomorrow. You're someone else's problem.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's when the real stuff comes out.
So that's how you're able to make this work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
right.
I'm not so,
Right. Yeah.
I'm not so hands-on with
I
the stuff
gotcha.
that actually matters because nothing matters here.
You
on
just get
Satisfying.
to listen to it, make
Yes.
fun of it,
Yes.
analyze it.
Opine is what I do. I can opine. I'm interested.
Okay.
I'm interested in hearing about it, but I'm not
Yeah.
invested as if it were happening to me.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's a great place to be.
It is.
Welcome.
Thank you.
For instance, I'm sure, and I sometimes think of you.
Yeah. I think of you often too.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that. I think of you sometimes when things are happening and I go, oh, this scenario would probably be different in the Biggins household.
Right. I sometimes think about things and they're happening. I'm like, oh my gosh, if Sam was here right now, he would be lolling.
Well, okay. Yeah. How do you think I would? Okay. So is that how you think about it in the context? Because you know that if I were witness to you and your husband having a problem or a fight,
Right.
I'd just be like, this is
You are insane.
right. Like, but it would just be funny.
It would be funny. It'd be like watching a show.
Like, here's the example. You remember a few weeks back, I want to say that it was either Christmas or New Year's or sometime around then, we were having that conversation about the psychotic friends that wanted you to drop everything so that you could hang out with them.
Yeah.
And when you were like, no, they decided to stalk you.
They didn't stalk.
And did they make a reservation at the same restaurant you were at?
They attempted.
They decided to stalk you and force you to hang out with them. Remember that conversation?
Yeah.
And remember we were talking about how your husband wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
But you were mad at him.
Yeah.
So you're going to make him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sucks for you.
And remember I got to read the text and I was like, oh, you're very toxic.
Yes,
Like
I
this
am.
isn't.
I'm aware of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that day we went to your house.
You did.
And your daughter, you changed.
I was changing.
Because you wanted to wear something more busty.
Right.
When we did Taylor Strecker's podcast, which was great.
I wanted to show off the big ends a little bit more.
That's right.
Yes.
And while you were changing,
Yeah.
your daughter came out and she was like, oh my God. She was like, I gotta tell mom. And your husband was like, do not tell mom. Because he was in trouble because this was the night that he had been out until like
Late.
3:30 in the morning,
Maybe
drinking,
4. Yeah.
stumbling home at
Yeah.
4 a.m.
Yeah.
He was like, don't tell her.
Yeah, because once I'm pissed off, it takes very little for me to really fly off the handle.
And the text that I saw, if you haven't really flown off the handle, I can't imagine how bad it gets.
Right.
So she looks at me and she goes, Sam. I go, yeah. She goes,
She had to tell someone.
she had to. She was like, I was late to school today. I go, oh, you can't be late. And then I'm putting 2 and 2 together, and I go, Nicole does her morning radio show. That's when she was fighting with her husband over text.
Yeah.
That means that your husband, Matt, was the one in charge
of the children.
of bringing your kid to school, waking her up, doing the whole routine.
And it's hard to get them there on time when you're effing hungover. Okay? You're remaking me mad.
Okay. So I go, this is why I wanted to protect your whole family. She goes, I was late to school. I go, oh, you can't be late to school. And then I looked at Matt, your husband, and Matt was like, and then I was like, oh yeah, and your dad. And she was like, no, really late. And I was like, what do you mean? And she goes, Sam.
She was spilling the tea.
Oh, she was like, Sam. She was like, I'm supposed to be at school at 8:15. Sam, it was 8:50.
Yeah.
When I got there.
That's not okay with me.
I was like, oh no. And she was like, Sam, I didn't wake up until 8:15. Yeah. And I was like, your dad didn't wake you up? And she was like, no.
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah.
And I was like, because he was out late. And she was like, yeah. And she goes, yeah. And then it's like 8:15. And he was like, get up. We're leaving in 5 minutes. And Sam, I knew we weren't going to be out of the house in 5 minutes.
Also, we live directly across the street. Like, to get to school is like how far we are sitting away from each other. It is that close. It is very hard to be late.
And so instead of going like, oh my God, this is so uncomfortable, I shouldn't be here, I go, hey, baby Biggins, come here.
Come on, little Biggins.
I go, you should tell your mom.
Thank you.
Eventually.
Yes.
You can't tell her right now.
That I am okay with.
I go, you can't. I said, you shouldn't be burdened with this problem.
Right.
You shouldn't come between your mom and dad's weird tension that is,
palpable at all times.
Palpable at all times. But the weird thing about your tension is that there's also like this game element to it.
Totally.
Which
it's
is
a full
so
video game.
bad.
I love it.
Like, it's like, because there's this like sexual component right underneath. Like, you both know how these fights end with pure, utter, raw, unbridled passion.
I love a good hate fuck.
And so I'm sitting there going like, we can't bring this child into this game that you weirdos play still.
She's already semi in it.
And I know she is. And I'm trying to protect her.
You are. You're a good protector.
And I go, don't tell her today.
Yeah.
Tell her later.
Yeah.
Maybe, because you guys were going out of town.
Yeah.
I was like, once you're out of town, days from now.
Right.
Then you tell her. And Matt's just sitting there going, yes.
Yes, thank you,
He's like,
Sam.
don't tell her now.
Right.
Don't tell her now.
Because I can handle it in a calm moment, but when things are already fiery.
And then you walked out of the room.
Yes, I did.
And she goes like, I gotta tell her.
I was like, it's cold today.
She goes, I gotta tell her. Right. And you were like, tell her what? And Matt's like, nothing. And you were like, oh, it said something else.
Right.
And Matt and I were both like, yeah. And Matt was like, okay, mama's gotta go. Okay, see you guys later. And basically ushered us out of the apartment. I was like, I can't believe that worked. And you're like, that was weird. I was like, yep, let's go do that other thing now. So yeah,
that's a normal occurrence.
Yeah.
Normal occurrence. But I always say, like, if I'm like,
so that's to say that I would. You're right. Like, I wouldn't sit there and go like, oh, I don't want to be here.
Oh,
like,
you loved being there, witness to it.
I love being witness to it because I'm very good at knowing like, oh, there's always one moment where it's like everything after here is bad. Yeah, I'm real good at calling that moment.
You are.
And we weren't even close. Like, we were in this uncomfortable space, but we weren't even close. Like, I went to my friend's bachelor party. This is years ago.
Right.
And he made the like mistake of doing his bachelor party a week before the wedding.
That is very dumb.
Right. Which is old school, traditionally how you did it. But like,
you're looking for problems.
You're playing with fire.
Yeah.
And so already I go like, I know this is going to end ugly. So he goes, we're getting an Airbnb in the city. And I go, okay, well, since I live near the city anyway.
I'm not going to sleep there.
No.
Right.
I said, I will come in. We're going to hang. I'll stay all night. I'm out. I'm not staying at this apartment.
Papa's going home.
Straight up. I don't know if you're collecting money from people. I'm not sleeping here. But I'll be here. I'll be here all night. I just won't be here in the morning.
Okay.
He's like, great. I was like, okay. Because I'm an adult. So.
I mean, you could have just done an adult hangout.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So we're hanging.
You just ruined some of the fun. I'm sorry. Now this is annoying me. You missed out on some of the fun.
No.
And you ruined it because your guy, it's like, oh, you're having so much fun with Sam. Now he's leaving.
No, I knew because I know exactly when the fun ends and it gets ugly after this. I'm good at that.
Okay.
So we go bar to bar, whatever. He's drinking. He's having a good time. And then we end up in this one bar. And this guy isn't really doing anything And my friend almost gets into a fight with him. He's
You're
like,
like-
what are you looking at?
You're like, check, please.
No, not yet.
Okay.
I go, we're close. What are you looking at? I go, oh my God. I'm like, is he going to get into a fight with somebody here right before? I go, he's going to have marks on his face.
For the wedding.
This is going to be bad. And I'm like, all right, buddy, let's go to a different bar. Let's go to a different bar. So we went to a different bar. Now he's like.
He's smashed.
He starts drinking. And he goes, you want to see something, Sam?
Oh, no.
I'm like, yeah, I do, dude.
Show me.
He's just taking the bottle and smashing him on the floor. I go.
You can't do that.
No, I go, oh, we're close. We're close. So
And you're still holding on for
I'm
dear
like,
life?
we're close. We're real close. We get kicked out of that bar. He wants to go back to the first bar so he can get into a fight with that guy.
The guy that was looking at him funny.
You know what? We got to go back there. We got to go back there.
And you allowed it?
We didn't end up going back there. Okay. He's like, let's get sandwiches first. And it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, but there's one sandwich place that stays open. So he trips over the sideway. He's like, he looks in front of the sandwich place, right? Because it's a big glass window. And he's like, whatever, being silly and making faces. And then he turns around. He trips on a grate thing, you know?
Oh, yes. Like that goes down into the subways?
And I mean, it was slow motion. He's like, oh, oh. It was a cartoon. Yeah. And his glasses fall off flat on his face.
Blood everywhere?
I mean, he's bleeding. He's all marked up on his face. I go, huh? And he's like, I gotta call my fiance.
No, that is not the person you call.
He's like, hey, baby, I fucked up my whole face. Oh. I go, no. I take the phone. I go, it's okay. She goes, what's happening, Sam? What is happening, Sam?
Because you're the only sober person there.
Yeah. And I go, he fell. He does have some scratching and bruising on his face, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. She's like, okay. He's like, no, I'm going to need stitches. I go,
Did he go to the ER?
No, he doesn't need stitches.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't. It's not that bad. I was like, everybody calm down. And as soon as I got her off the phone, I go, okay, but are you going to go get sandwiches? He's like, yeah. I go, okay, let me get a cab. I'm going to go right back to the parking lot and drive right home because that is the moment. And then, I was in the wedding party a week later. He did still have some markings on his face.
Sure, he did. I'm not good at finding that moment. I usually overstay.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because I'm drinking and you're not.
Exactly. Like if I'm not, it's easy. If you're not drinking, you can see it.
Yeah.
But if you are, everything's just happening.
My friend it was like a couple days before the wedding, her husband went to get a haircut. And he ended up with the craziest mohawk ever. That was not the aesthetic for the wedding.
See, that's what this is why I'm not the one to take. Because if I was at that barbershop and the groom-to-be was like, should I get a mohawk?
Yeah, and
I
he
go
was
like this. Yes.
Of course you would, yes.
Of course you should do this.
But it was one of those like fancy ones where they give you like a cigar and a bourbon. And all of a sudden, a couple of bourbons in, he's like, yeah, this look badass on my wedding. She cried. He's a very handsome guy. Like, why would you do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not going to stay looking this way.
No.
So why the one day that you have this dumb haircut, would it be the day we're taking wedding pictures?
Yeah, and like if he wanted to go faux hawk, that would have been okay. Like for like at least like not like it was straight bald. It was like, what's his name from Taxi Driver? He looked like
De Niro. Oh God.
That's what he looked like at the wedding.
Like that you can't fix it.
There is no fixing it. There's no like, all right, let's cut around here. No, it was like bald hawk.
Right, because a faux hawk you can
yes.
muss it up if you want to.
Correct.
And if not, it's kind of douchey, but it's still passable.
We used to give Keegan
I don't mind kids with faux hawks.
That's cute. No, he had a full mohawk for a while.
That's a lot.
He also looked. Remember when, and I have a famous video of him. Remember when people were cheesing people? You just go up and just throw a piece of cheese at someone's face, like an American slice of cheese?
No, I don't remember that.
Where
was this happening?
I don't know. It was like all over the internet. People were doing it. It was like a TikTok trend or something.
You would get cheesed.
Not me, but I did it to my son. And he had the mohawk, and I have it, and then we put it in slow motion. He's like, and like with the mohawk makes the video so much better.
Sure, because he thinks he's tough, and now he's got cheese in his face.
And it's like, and he goes, and you see it like hit his face, and he's like, "Mommy!" And then I felt horrible because it was like, why would I do that?
That's the type of parent you are.
Yeah,
you would do pranks on your kids.
Then I started doing it to Matt, and that was more fun. But
of course, that's more fun.
Yeah,
you're intellectual equals.
Correct.
Like you're not supposed to do pranks to your kids.
Yeah, it's fun to do pranks to a kid every once in a while.
Because you like to punch down.
That one was not fun. That was mean of me to do. But I have done some ones that like then we can get each other back. Like it's always fun to go when someone's in the shower and pour ice cold cup of water over their head.
And then they're going to get you back. And you're okay with that. That's fine. No, I mean, because cheesing your kid
was mean.
It feels very like parent trying to go viral.
I got to find the video for you.
Right. I'm sure it's funny. Don't get me wrong.
It was mean, though, especially once
I'm sure it's funny, but it's also mean.
Mean.
It's like, it's like the Jimmy Kimmel eating your kid's Halloween
That's
candy.
mean.
It's so mean.
And it's weird because I remember seeing him do that, and I was like, should we do it? And I was like, no, I could never do that. Like, they would cry.
Yeah.
They would cry immediately, and then even once it's like, it was just a joke, I made them cry.
And you've broken their trust.
I've broken their trust.
Like, this is what we do now. This is where we are. No, I was thinking of you because of how we handle things differently in the sense that it was a big NFL weekend.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Wildcard weekend. I thought of you guys because I know that Matt Biggins, your husband, is a big Dolphins fan.
Huge.
They had a good season.
Yeah, it was a bad end to the season.
Bad end to the season.
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. I mean,
you did.
Knew.
You walked in it kind of.
They had lost everything. I was nervous. Because it gets tense when he's like that. Like, he's the guy that's like breaking things and screaming at the television like the players or the coach can hear him.
Right.
Like he's on the team.
Right.
You're not.
He's the defensive coordinator.
You're not there. So we had people over.
We need to do better next season. We need to do. Who's we?
And I wanted it bad for him because I've seen how elated he was when it was a good ending to like a game during the season.
You like that energy.
Of course. It's fun and he's excited and like he's such an angry, grumpy old man that it's like, it's nice when he's like that. So I must have been drinking very heavily.
I finally see him happy again.
He's happy again.
And before we get into your heavy drinking.
Yeah.
Because you clearly have empathy for his plight, watching his team win and lose. But they were playing Kansas City.
Yeah.
And I saw you thought you were being real cute with your like.
My Chiefs hat. And
your like Taylor Swift stuff. Do you keep that bit going?
No.
Because you realize it's serious.
He caught me bringing it home and he goes, get that fucking shit out of my house. And Parker goes, can I have it? And he was like, if you wear that in the house, I will throw you off the balcony.
What floor do you live on?
He would not throw her off the balcony.
What floor?
The 15th floor. Okay. She would definitely be a goner. Baby Biggins would be Dunions. But then he was like, nah, it's fine. After the game, like once the season's over, wear whatever the fuck you want. But like, I'm not doing this right now.
It's too serious right now.
It's way too serious.
And I like that you're like, yes, it is serious. It is serious.
It's like, and he's very like, he doesn't want that energy in there. It's just because like, certain guys are like, well, like last game I wore this shirt and this hat. So like that, and we won then. So that I got to wear that again because it's good luck.
Right.
Like he's into all that stupid shit.
He does the superstition and
like
I'm not going to shave until.
Yeah, he would he'd be the guy that would wear dirty underwear if it like brought him like luck, right? He would do something nasty like that.
Right, as if his luck translates to the Miami Dolphins.
His dirty, smelly grundle would have any effect on their game.
God will say, I noticed Matt was wearing the same dirty underwear. Let's make sure the Dolphins at least get into the second round.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we ended up saying, like, at first he was like, let's all go out. And I was like, I don't want to go out. And then I'm going to have to go home because we do have children. So they can't stay up all night. And our kids sleep very well if there's a lot of noise. Like if there's a rave at our house, that's when they sleep the best.
And there are a lot of raves at your house.
The more, I don't ever actually have a rave, but the more people and louder it is.
Rager.
The rager. The better they sleep. They just feel safe. People are there.
I wonder if that started in the womb.
Probably did.
You know what I mean? Like it's just, there's always chaos.
I was not, but I was never smoking or drinking or doing
No,
anything
of course not.
But yes, there was
You're
around
beautifully
me.
well-developed children.
Yes.
That wouldn't happen if you're doing that. But there was still chaos around you.
All
That's
the time.
more what, it's not about the smoking and the drinking as much as it is
chaos.
Just pure, utter chaos.
It is.
Yeah.
You are 100% right. So I probably, out of nerves, like we had like a bunch of food. He made a few things. We ordered in a bunch of stuff. We had friends there. And I was trying to make sure everybody's happy. Everyone's having a good time. And in between, I think out of nerves and like racing around, I probably drank more than I normally would on like a football game night. Like if we're going out and like partying, like I'll party. But like, I'm not drinking as like, oh, I'm excited for the game. So I must have drank way more than I thought. Parker's best friend's dad came over. He was a Chiefs fan. So he was there. It was a whole mix of people.
Right.
And then the next day I get a text message from my poor producer, Ben. And he's like, this is like
your hot dog.
My hot dog. I don't know though. Are they the same?
I don't know.
Don't be mad, hot dog. But isn't like Ben like a little bit higher level than hot dog?
Ouch.
So
for hot dog.
He's an executive producer of a morning show.
Hot dog's my little man's.
That's even the way that what you call him.
There's only one.
He's your little man's. Yeah. Sounds less than executive producer.
Yeah, but there's so many executive producers.
Okay, fine. So he's your little man's, whatever.
There's one.
Little man's.
Little man's.
So he writes to me like, have you forgotten me? And I'm thinking, this is Sunday night now. So I'm thinking, oh, he misses me because it's a long weekend. It's Martin Luther King.
I love that that's where your brain goes. Instead of somebody saying, you didn't read, have you forgotten about me? You read,
like, fuck, did it? No.
You read, have you forgotten about me?
That's exactly.
And you were like, I could never.
Never love you. So the game last night was crazy.
By the way, maybe it is different because if Hot Dog was like, have you forgotten about me? I would write him back. I've tried so many times. I can't.
I'm writing like, yes, the weekend's been good. Miss you too. Matt's obviously upset about the game, but like that's obvious and like whatever. I'm writing. And then he calls me right away and he's like, is this a joke? And I was like, what? He's like, scroll up in your freaking text messages. And I scroll up and I have had like an hour-long conversation, like here and there throughout the game, late being like, hey, we have people over tonight, but like we're Matt's going to be cooking this whole thing. Why don't you come over tomorrow for dinner? We'll do this. No. I'll let you know. I'll let you know the plan in the morning. Do you eat this? A whole thing. Then I'm like texting him in my bed, like, getting into bed, like Parker's in there. I'm like, oh, she's so annoying. Get her out. Because we're just like joking back and forth and like just never wrote him back again the next day. And I have no recollection of any of those text messages.
Right now as we speak.
I don't remember writing any of it. Now, again, I don't like black out often. Like I'm not a college kid. I like to party.
But you did during the Dolphins game.
Apparently I did.
Do you remember going to bed with Parker?
I remember getting into bed with Parker and being like, this is annoying, but like, whatever.
So you remember being annoyed?
Or being annoyed,
but you don't remember expressing it.
No, not to my
wow.
my big man's.
Now, was there any were there any other text messages that were?
I don't know, but I just no.
Like, did you search around?
I'm afraid to be honest, because I definitely will shop sometimes if I'm like that and order things that are like completely unnecessary. Mm-hmm. Or
will you find out like will there be an email or will it just arrive?
It arrives and Matt's like, what the.
And you're like, I wish I could tell you.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't order that. And he's like, well, it says here in Amazon.
Well, you can't be mad at me if I don't remember.
Right. He's like, it looks like, you 1:35 a.m. you ordered this.
Well, guess what happened, Matt?
Yeah.
Take a wild guess how that showed up.
So yeah, it was.
That's one of those like, as he's reading it, it says right here, you ordered it at 1:35 a.m.
Yeah, it's happened many times. Or I'll reach out to somebody that does not need to be reached.
I should treat myself.
Yes.
I should get myself a little fun.
I should get myself a Lego set.
Oh, I need this.
Lego set? You know, I've always wanted to like Legos. Let me see if I can like them. If I order it, I'll try. Because I fucking hate Legos.
But you don't want to.
But I want to like them. Okay. I do. I want to do them.
It's probably good for your brain.
It would be good for my brain. You're right.
Slow things down.
A little bit.
Right.
Maybe too much. I don't like
maybe,
Legos.
But you're like blacking out during whatever.
I don't say I'm blacking out. I do not black out often. I just think
you blacked out during Thursday Night Football.
That wasn't Thursday night, was it?
Thursday or Friday? Maybe it was Friday.
No, this is Saturday. This is a Saturday night game. Okay. I'm allowed to be drunk and get into bed with my daughter.
You blacked out watching a game on Peacock.
I know. Thankfully, we had Peacock. What a sham.
What are you talking about? What is Peacock rules?
I know, but it was like annoying that the people that didn't have Peacock, they like finally put it there and then made us all get it so we could get like a look at Taylor.
Just get Peacock.
Okay, I had it. We had it. I just didn't know. I've never watched anything on it. We don't watch it. We don't use it. We just had it. Thank God.
Well, thank you. Thanks for checking out everything I do.
Oh, is it all on Peacock?
Bro.
Is it all wrestling stuff?
Some of it's wrestling related.
I love you, but I don't love wrestling.
You will.
You will if I have anything to do with it. Yeah, so I'll either...
You will if you want to leave this basement. Answer my questions 3. The first WWE champion.
Oh, my God. Answer my questions 3. Wait, so I'll either shop.
Okay.
Or I reach out to someone that does not need to be reached out to and say, like, send a long, heartfelt message that I completely regret in the morning.
Oh, I hope I get one.
Oh, I have sent some fucked up weird things that they're like.
But it's more to people like that you don't.
That I don't see often.
Like you would write me just a.
Normal.
So if you wrote me a heartfelt message.
It's probably because I really like love you and mean
it wouldn't be weird. Because I'd be like, oh, that's so nice that she's expressing herself. It's more like people you haven't spoken to in a long time.
And I reach out and it's like, oh, so-and-so from high school. And then I write something that's like, yeah, that's what I do. And the next morning I'm like, oh, no. Oh. Or I'll then also make a plan. We should get together.
How's Wednesday?
Like, I think I actually have a plan this Sunday that I don't want to go to.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I remember it. Yep, I did it. It was someone from high school. It's right now.
Remember it here.
And I have to drive far away to see this person.
Are we going to get out of it?
I don't know.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm fucked.
You did this during the blackout.
I just remembered.
The blackout of 2024. The blackout of 2024.
Oh, God. I got to go back in and look at my stuff. Because I could also see myself like knowing in the blackout that it's happening and then being like deleting it. Oh, fuck.
You got to cancel these plans. I mean, how do you cancel them? You can't say you were in a blackout. You didn't mean any of it.
I can't do that.
No.
All right, I'll figure it out.
Are you the type of person that would just suck it up and go like, I have to do the plans?
100%. And that's why. But sometimes I rope Matt into it too, or like the family. I'm like, oh, we're supposed to go see so and so, and he's like, I'm not fucking going.
Who?
I'm like, who is that?
Yeah.
I've met them once. I didn't like them. I'm not going.
No. We need to
go because I have sent them a heartfelt message about how much I miss them, care about them, and haven't taken care of our relationship enough. And so now it's time to go visit.
But sometimes that's just pure emotion flooding out of you. It's not true about the person that you're sending it to. A lot of times.
Maybe.
Right. You're just feeling.
This is giving me such anxiety. We should probably move on.
Why?
Fuck my life.
I want to stay right here.
I know you do.
Yeah.
You want to live in it. You want to insist in it. Why did I do
So when you're sending these heartfelt messages.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily, like the feelings that you're feeling are not always necessarily meant for the person who's receiving them.
Yeah.
It's just you're feeling all of this.
You're feeling a lot of feelings.
And then you think of a person or you see it in your phone.
And I put those feelings onto them.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you got plans on Sunday.
And then I just had a flash. Now it's all coming back to me now, Celine Dion style. I was in the...
It's all coming back to me.
I was going to get a beer. Probably one that I didn't need. Yeah. And there was someone in the kitchen that I started talking to. We started laughing about something. And I think that after everybody left, Matt got really mad at me and like accused me of fucking them. And it was like not someone I would ever. It just happened.
Was he also?
Yeah, he was pretty fucked up. But like he had a game to be fucked up over.
Yeah.
Yep, that's happened. And I can see who it is in my head right now. And I would never touch this person.
Well, then why did he accuse you of having sex with him?
Because he was just drunk. He apologized. I remember that now too.
So does your husband sometimes get drunk and accuse you of having sex with people?
Oh, I'm not accusing me of sex, but like get off their dick or like buy all
because
their shit. Like,
I gotcha.
Being too like
your husband's also got a line because you're a very sort of like a gregarious person.
Yeah, lovey-dovey,
touchy, flirty.
Yeah, but so is he, so he can suck it.
But he also, I feel like, knows where the line is.
Oh, and I don't? Is that what you're telling me?
No, he has a line for how you behave, meaning
okay.
Like all this is fine, which is probably more than the average person because you're who you are.
Right.
But if you cross this line now, you're disrespecting him. Mm-hmm. And when he's drunk and upset about his team losing, the line probably goes from here to over here.
Correct.
Okay.
Isn't it so nice that you don't have to deal with any of these things?
I mean, I love it.
I add the extra stress to myself and the extra issues to myself. But I mean, it's a hell of a ride.
It really is. So you don't know what...
Oh, I can't believe I made those plans. Fuck. I'm so mad at myself.
Oh, that rules.
I don't know if I would have remembered. Like, I might have left that person, like, stood them up.
Yeah.
If we didn't just rehash all of this.
Would that have been better, though? Because then you wouldn't have had to go?
No. Then it would have been like,
Are you leaning towards going right now?
Yeah. But not because I want to. I'm leaning towards it because when
was the last time you saw this person?
Last year.
Right.
Like in the summer.
And even then it was like...
we ran into each other. It was not hanging. And it was one of those, yeah, we should hang out. We should hook up soon. And then we didn't.
Right.
And then clearly, in my brain,
Let's get something on the books.
Okay, exactly what I said. I think I texted. We got to get something in the books.
We said we could do this. And I'm so sick. I'm saying we're going to do something.
I'm not doing it.
We got to just do it. It's 2024. Let's get something on the books.
Something on the books.
Wow.
And then also, I remember Matt in his anger going, what are you on?
What are you
like,
on?
What am I on? Like I just started doing a new drug?
Is this reefer madness?
Yeah.
Like, is this like 1920s? Like,
I was like, I'm real into like angel dust now, man.
Right.
I'm in meth. I went and met the guy to get some meth.
Here's something you didn't know about me. I like to get wet. I'm on PCP.
I don't do these things. This is not what do you mean, what am I on?
We're watching the Dolphins. I'm on PCP. What are you doing?
I drank too much. Sorry, I'm not on anything, ass.
Well, he was in a different... First of all, here's what's going on right now. You're taking all of your guilt and like realizing like you screwed up and you're putting it on him. Right? You're going like, and then he did this. He's an ass.
And I don't care. I'm sober and I don't care. I'm going to still put it on him.
You shouldn't.
I'm going to. It's fucking his fault. He put me in this mess. He asked me what I was on. He accused me of I don't know, fucking somebody who he knew I wasn't fucking. And then I got into bed and I felt all these feelings. And then I reached out to someone that didn't need to be reached out to.
Right.
This must have been the way, like the timeline. It might not be, but that's how I'm trying to.
Yeah. That's at least the emotional timeline. Whether these things happen in that order.
Correct.
The feelings happened in that order.
Fuck my life.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. That's why I'm always tired.
He doesn't care about me. He's accusing me of stuff. I need to talk to my real friends.
Yeah.
I ran into her.
Let's get something on the books. Do it.
Oh.
Well, it's on the books. So we're good to go, I guess. I'll let you know how that hang goes. I might be able to get out of it, but I'm leaning towards not because it's probably the wrong thing to do. And I need to be punished. And by going...
No. You're punishing yourself right now. You're sharing with us.
It's not punishment enough. Because if I don't punish myself and feel the... like how the utter annoyance of going through with the plan, like that will maybe help me teach me a lesson.
Have you ever felt a consequence and gone, well, I'll never do that again?
No, I've felt a lot of consequences. It has not kept me from doing a lot of
Would you say you've ever made the same mistake more than once?
Many times. Something I'm working on. New year, new me in 2024. Clearly it's not working.
No. We're getting there, though. It's still early. We still got time.
What's wrong with me?
I just love that this has become like the antithesis. Like some of these podcasts are like, you gotta eat healthy in the new year, and you gotta, keep yourself accountable, and like really like be that motivational force for people,
right?
And be inspirational for people. And this is the opposite.
Fuck, I don't want to go do that thing.
Yeah, you're gonna drag your kids to it?
No, this is just a me thing, and normally I would. It's not like.
This is just you.
This is not like one of my adult sleepovers or like any of my.
You do it because when I said I didn't want to spend the night in the apartment.
That's like, why would you not want to just like be with all your boys? Like if everyone's doing a thing,
right?
We're all going to like someone's house and like having fun and doing a sleepover. You do that. And you're the one who I think called it an adult sleepover.
An adult sleepover?
It's just a hang with friends and we happen to be adults. And it's like easier. Like for me, if we go out to somebody who's like not in the city, like out in the suburbs, it's easier just to go. Kids can play, we have more time together. We don't have to drink and drive. And then we sleep over. And then the night's not over when we go to sleep. We can hang in the morning.
Who wants to hang in the morning?
Me. I want to keep hanging with my friends. I love them.
You have bacon and eggs?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll add cheese to it too.
I love that.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
I do. And I'll put it sometimes on bread.
Yes. Love it on the bread.
Sure,
it's awesome.
Sure. No, I just could never
imagine.
I didn't even love sleepovers as a kid. I like the idea of hanging out until late. But then once you go to bed, it's like, I don't want to go to bed here.
Why?
I have a bed.
I know, but that's the reason people have guest rooms for guests to sleep.
I don't want to sleep in someone's guest room.
Why?
I have a bed.
The guest room is made for me. I'm the guest. It is my room.
It wasn't made for you. It was made for any guest. And there will be more guests after you, and there have been more guests before you. It was not made for you.
Why do you have to make me feel less special? I'm special.
You really do consider that your quarters.
It's funny.
We have guest quarters.
Also, my parents were like this. There's a lot of like going out of town. We go to see friends for the weekend.
I'll bet.
And we had friends who were building a house, and when they showed us the floor plan, the guest rooms said our names, like they were our rooms. I remember thinking that was very cool. Maybe that just stuck with me.
No, that's cool. It makes you feel special.
Yeah. It was like my parents' name's room, then it was like me and Whitney's room, me and my sister's room, and it was like when we go to stay, we get to be there.
But was that one friend that you saw a lot?
Yeah, that was a friend that we saw often.
Well, that's fine.
Okay.
There's one thing that you as a family do. I'm talking about the idea of like just regular, like, oh, we should get dinner. Oh, maybe next time we do a sleepover, adult sleepover.
Like you would never, like if me and the kids came here, or let's say I had a huge house. I didn't live in New York City in a small New York City apartment. And we invited you over. The kids can play. We can laugh. We can have some dinner, play games, whatever, and then sleep over and then play a little bit in the morning too. You don't have to rush home.
No, if you were like, you guys should sleep over and don't rush home. You guys should sleep over.
Right.
And then we'll play in the morning.
Yes.
I go like, what the fuck is she up to?
You would think I was like trying to fuck you?
I don't know. I don't know because there's an unpredictability.
I'm down to swing with you?
I don't know what's going on. Or maybe it's something more violent than that. I don't know.
Maybe we just want to hang out because we enjoy your companionship.
But why does she need us to stay overnight?
I don't think I'm the only person who does this. People like to go visit friends and sleep at their houses.
If you're going to a different state.
Fine. I live in New York City. Sometimes I have friends in Connecticut or New Jersey.
No, come on. I don't mean cross the bridge.
Different state.
I don't mean 25 minutes away. I don't mean different zip code.
I love an adult sleepover.
I mean, like, if you're traveling and you're bringing luggage,
Right.
then okay.
Right.
But if you could just go back home,
It's more fun. And also, you don't drink. So
you get
like
a car service.
I'm not paying for that if I have a car and they're offering me a bed. And also, it's like you're someone who would, like you said at bachelor party, at 3 a.m. is when you left, or around 3:30.
Hell yeah, dude.
Once you drew that line, you're like, and they're going to get sandwiches. His face is bloodied. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
You left and got that car service.
I got a taxi to the parking lot where I'd left my car.
Okay,
I could do that because I wasn't drinking,
Right.
but otherwise I could have just gotten a taxi or car service.
I'm not spending like $200 on a car service if I'm out of state.
You didn't get $200? Were you broke?
I do have it. I'm
If
not
you're broke,
spending on
just
it.
say it.
Or I just for free stay at my friend's house because I'm too drunk to drive my family. That's an option. I'm being safe here.
No, I know you are.
New year, new me.
It's not new you at all.
At all.
It's justifying.
Same.
Just justify. No,
New Year, same
I
me.
feel like your threshold for people whose house you will sleep over at is probably like way, like for me, it's like,
You have to know them so well.
I mean, I'd want to get a hotel anyway. If it was like we were going flying
I think this
somewhere.
is a you thing. This is a you problem. I think that there's a lot
I
of.
don't like staying in people's houses.
But I think it's weird that like you think it's weird, but all of these friends I have adult sleepovers with, they're the ones inviting me, so they don't think it's weird
they
either.
probably think some shit's
They
gonna go down.
I think if they come over,
They're like, oh, let's invite them, like, because they're unpredictable. Who knows what's gonna
I
happen?
doubt it's that, but if you want to believe that, you can go with that.
Sleep
story.
over.
Sleep over.
Who
See where the
knows?
night takes us.
Yeah, this could get wild, right?
It usually does.
Right. And they're not that wild, but you are. So they're like, you should just sleep here.
You know, I am often find myself in situations that I wish that I wasn't in or frustrated with the decision I make. But like, I do have a very fun, exciting life that I'm for the most part pleased with. Mm-hmm. You do you. I'll do me.
Okay,
and
you're
I guess,
defensive.
Well, I feel like that it hurts my feelings that you wouldn't want to have an adult sleepover with me.
Well, yeah.
Like I feel like I'm different. I'm not like your older friends. I want you to want to have an adult sleepover with me.
Meaning, okay, so you want me to be somebody who expressly does not like adult sleepovers.
But with me, you would.
But I would with only the biggins. I mean,
Come on.
are you inviting me to an adult sleepover?
I bet Jess would be down for an adult sleepover.
I mean, I can't imagine.
Your lovely wife would love it.
We do bedtime here with the kids.
Yes, and you do it with me. And then it's fun. The kids get to like all sleep in the bunks together or have like a little slumber party like in the basement. Like everyone, I don't know. And then we make them popcorn and we make it fun for the kids too. They're happy. They get excited when we're going to adult sleepover because they get to go see.
Because they're children. They get to do a children's sleepover. A children's sleepover is a very typical thing. Children love children's sleepovers.
Yeah, but then it's not as scary because they don't have to leave us and they're with all their friends and mom and dad.
Trust me when I tell you, them leaving you guys is not scary for them. Them going home is when it gets scary.
No, please don't make me leave. I don't know. I just
Turning peacock on.
killing me today. I hate you. I love you, and I will turn you into an adult sleepover.
Oh, we're
with
sleeping
me.
over.
Oh, you fucking sleeping over.
No, I mean,
I'll slash your tires if you have to.
Why don't you guys just stay here? I'm getting
I
some
don't-
real, and you're sitting there going like, you think we're gonna swing? I'm like, I don't know if this is Kathy Bates in Misery.
No,
I'm gonna wake up hobbled.
I want more time
I just want
with you.
I want you to love me.
Love me. Want to be with me.
Yeah, see, this is where I get worried.
You shouldn't get worried.
This is where I
I'm
get concerned.
harmless.
Seem harmless.
I just like to shop, hang with you, and send heartfelt text messages. That's
Yeah,
all I want
that's
to do.
all.
I just want to be with you,
That's all.
have a cocktail, play a game.
But what of it?
I just don't think it's as big of a deal as you're making it. But I understand that there are people like you that it's just like, I don't need to sleep over.
No, I mean, we've had things where like we'll go, like sometimes like my wife's family will get like a house on Fire Island.
What do you do then?
Well, of course, that's like you take a boat out there. It's like a whole thing. We're staying at the beach. Luggage. But every single time we go there, I pitch it every time.
Can we get a hotel?
No, I go, Jess, what if we take the last boat home? She's like, what?
Like,
I'm like, we stay absolutely all day because you have to take a boat out to Fire Island.
it's that's a waste. That's when you sleep over.
I go, we'll stay there all day, and then we'll take like an 11 p.m.
No!
boat off the island,
You're an idiot.
and I'll drive us home.
No, you have children. We're done. Put them to bed. Enjoy your time. When you're done, go to sleep. Like you're adding extra stress. You're adding extra
I'm not
steps.
stressed at all because I'll get home.
get to
It'll
be
be
done.
like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever. Place the kids in their beds.
And then you're going back out the next day.
I'll go back. I would with the whole. I would leave. I mean, it's not normal.
I know. Okay, at least you know that.
But I would 1000% go. What if I stay all day? I just leave.
Come back, leave,
Go home, come back. Like I'll drive. I don't care.
Because that's how much you need your space or need that
I
downtime.
like.
Okay, so again, you do you, boo. I'll do me, and one day I'll slash your tires and you'll sleep over. End of story. That's all that's gonna happen. You have
I also think I do have a certain power in the sense that there's only one person that won't sleep over your house.
It's you.
Yeah. So who do you want to sleep over your house more than anybody?
You.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know I don't want to.
Well, that's where the knife comes in. Just saying.
Oh.
God, we are a sick combo.
Yeah, no, it's tough. It's tough. Okay. What do you think about this then?
Okay.
Cameron Diaz is out here, right?
Mm-hmm. Here right now?
Cameron, come on.
You just said Cameron Diaz is out
She's out here in these streets, I mean.
Okay. In these streets.
In these streets, thank you very much. And she says we should normalize separate bedrooms for married couples. During a recent appearance on the Lipstick on the Rim podcast. That's a podcast about when you put lipstick on your butthole.
Is that what it's
No, I don't know.
Oh, I mean, that's what it sounds like to
that's
me.
right.
It's a horrible name.
You know, it's a great name.
Satisfying.
Satisfying. We got the Satistron.
We do.
Let's see. At one point during the conversation, Diaz gave a candid response to a comment from one of the women who shared that her husband snores in the bedroom.
Yeah.
We should normalize separate bedrooms, said Diaz, who's married to musician Benji Madden. Which, by the way, good Charlotte, Benji,
Yeah.
he doesn't need you bringing that up.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
You know why you brought that up? Because Cameron Diaz is just saying that.
Right.
But then the article is like, by the way, this is her husband. That's who she doesn't want to sleep with. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it's a little bit messed up. But also, it's like there's worse things that you could do than snore.
To me, I would literally, I have my house, you have yours.
No.
We have the family house in the middle. I will go and sleep in my room. You will go sleep in your room. I'm fine.
Okay, I have a question. Do you fall asleep snuggling? No. Or are you someone who will snuggle and then when it's time to go to sleep, you go to your separate ways in the bed?
No. Well, so we'll snuggle and then go separate ways. A lot of times, if there's any snuggling that
or fornication.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if there's any snuggling that goes beyond a certain point,
it leads to fornication.
It's going to lead to fornication.
Oh.
And then afterwards.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you saying that snuggling with Sam Roberts is so intoxicating that you can't help but just the juices begin flowing and you're just
You sure you want to do this?
Okay, I mean, can you snuggle without it leading to it? Okay.
Sure, but it's rare.
Okay. I love to snuggle, but do not.
Don't start letting your mouth write checks that your ass can't cash.
I don't like to be touched when I'm sleeping. Or if you want me to touch you, I need to be the big spoon, which is not the norm in a relationship. Normally, the dude is the big spoon.
Ooh, yeah, I don't think I could do that.
And I'm not really the big spoon. I'm just kind of just like my leg and my arm are over him.
Yeah, like that could happen maybe like once or twice. It's just like,
I feel
it's
trapped if you're holding me and I'm the little
I get that. No, yeah, any snuggling happens at the beginning.
Okay.
And then, okay, we did it. And then especially she'll fall asleep first.
Obviously.
So when she falls asleep, I'm making my space.
You see yourself slowly.
Yeah.
Matt would sleep intertwined all night if I let him. He gets so mad that I don't want to snuggle to sleep.
That's so sweet.
It's not. It's annoying.
Do you think so?
But I would like him to be more open to snuggling and then separating.
Snuggle and separate.
He likes to touch. I'm like, don't touch me. But I don't want him out of the room in a different bed. This is not some Leave It to Beaver shit.
Right. I also don't like, once it's time to go to sleep, I don't like when I have to wake up in the morning snuggling because I ain't getting out. I already have enough trouble getting out of bed.
Do you?
I can't. I do not like getting out of bed.
Really? Because I feel like you're very good about being up and ready to go. Like you today, when I saw you at work, did not expect to see you that early. Like I'm usually running into the studio.
Right. No. I don't like to be late, and I have been late before, but I don't like to be late. But yeah, no. But I set the alarm specifically knowing there's going to be multiple alarms.
Yeah, me too.
And it's going to take me time to actually get myself out of bed.
Okay. So you don't want to pull yourself away from the snuggle in the morning.
Right. Right.
Okay.
And like have the big covers on and everything. But yeah, I mean, I've had this conversation too. You know, Rich Voss.
Yeah.
Married to Bonnie McFarlane.
Yes.
They also have separate rooms in their house.
Would you like that?
No. And I like my space.
I know you do.
Clearly. I mean, I like having my space. I like having my stuff the way it is. But there is, I feel like, a loss of intimacy.
Yeah.
When you're like, we're not going to sleep in the same
roommates.
bed. Right. It's like, we're not going to try to do this anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Quitter.
Like, yeah, you're throwing in the towel at that point.
I do like sometimes if like Matt's like, I'm coming in a minute and he's finishing a game or finishing some show that I'm not watching and I go in and he falls asleep on the couch for a little bit and then comes in because I feel like I get like a little bit of space and then he's there.
Oh, no. Yeah. And I love like on the odd night when like if she falls asleep in our daughter's bed or something like that. And I'm like, oh, I got it to myself.
Yes,
like, this is great. Like, but then, 45 minutes later, she'll come in.
Yeah.
And that's better. But like, yeah, if it was a permanent thing, I go like, oh, okay, we're leading to separate existences.
Yeah. Also, do you, for the most part, only bang in the bed?
For the most part, yes.
You're not like a kitchen countertop banger or a couch banger. You got great couches up there. Those are perfect for fornication.
Or is that what you think when you see them?
Yeah, like I can picture like a romp over there.
Yeah, yeah. No, mainly in the bed.
Okay. Where it's supposed to be done.
Where it's supposed to be done. But we have a whole family about, but I guess that's
doesn't matter to me.
No, it doesn't.
We didn't accidentally, but there was a sleepover at my house. Keegan had a sleepover.
Children's sleepover.
Yes.
Not an adult sleepover.
No.
Okay.
Keegan's friend, little boy, came and slept over, and we definitely found ourselves starting to have sex on the couch. And then when it was over, I was like, "Oh no!" I forgot. Like that kid's here. Like I wasn't even worried about my kids. Like whatever. Like they're fine.
We've already been walked in on twice.
And if anything, they just think mom and dad love each other more. Like right? It's like you fight hard and laugh hard. Anyways, I wasn't worried. I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. Like this kid could have. He did not, but he could have.
But you were so lost in the throes of passion.
I guess.
That's a good thing.
Suppose.
But if you had separate rooms, do you think you'd be like, can you imagine being like, oh, do you want to go to the sex room?
Oh, I hope that
she said
one of them is a sex room.
She said that I would literally have my house, you have yours, we have the family house in the middle. Diaz also added the couple can have the bedroom in the middle that we can convene in for our relations.
First of all, I don't like that she's calling it that. Like,
would you like to convene for relations?
Like it's the 1700s or something. Or
how do you explain to your kids? Like, no, that's mom's room, that's dad's room. What's that middle bedroom for?
I don't like that.
It's the sex chambers?
Yeah, it feels like very sex dungeon.
And what do you do if you have separate rooms? If they're like, oh, do you want to go into the family bedroom tonight? And you're like, no, I'll just sleep in my room.
Yeah, and then you get denied even more.
Like, yeah, because now it's not just like, oh, I'm tired, I'm just gonna go to sleep. It's no, don't be in my room.
Me no likey.
No.
I don't like it at all. I also love like when the kids come in and snuggle in the morning sometimes, like on a weekend. Like it feels very less lovey. It's not, I don't think, listen, again, to each their own, but it's
less of a unit.
Yeah.
It's more everybody's just doing their own things and we happen to share a residence.
That's some rich people shit.
That is some rich people shit.
I'm not doing that.
No.
I mean, I don't like it.
No, I don't either. I think that you got to share.
But like back in the day, like when I said Leave It to Beaver, they used to have like 2 twin beds in.
I don't know do they do that in real life or was that just for TV?
Oh no, I moved my chair. You mad?
I think you're okay.
Am I okay?
You're good. Okay. Was that just
No.
They did it in real life?
They did it in real life, and I think for like it was like in the 50s. I feel like is when it happened, and it's funny because when I was very young, this was probably inform you about me very much. When I was very young, I had 2 twin beds like at an L shape. When I was like, I don't know, like between like 1 and 7, an L shape. And when my mom's parents would come, my grandparents, my grams and poppy, they'd come. They slept. We didn't have a guest room in that house. They slept in the twin bed together next to me. And
did your grandparents have
my mom told me that it happened a couple times that they had sex on the floor while I was sleeping, and that my grandmother told me
the Biggins are like
sex
crazed for generations.
Yeah, and she said,
so you're sitting there going like, you're this sex crazed maniac you are today.
I never woke up or saw it or anything.
But you have specific. You said last week that you were seeing your mom and dad having sex together. Like your mom's sex crazy.
She's not sex crazy.
Sex crazy.
They've
And then now you're finding out that your grandparents were sex crazed.
They were. Well, I remember because she was like.
Do you think it's a sexual curse?
Do you think I was in a cult that I didn't know about? Was I in Mother God's cult?
Oh, do you think you're Mother God by generation?
Perhaps I need to go look on Ancestry.com.
You know why I don't think you're Mother God?
Why?
Because you're very easy to be manipulated.
Okay, right. And she was the manipulator.
She was the
No, but I remember when we got older, I said.
I love that you just go. Oh yeah. Okay,
yeah.
No, good point.
I remember saying to Grams, like, how weird is it? Like, why did my parents not take me and put me in their bed or something, or in with my sister and let them have their own separate beds or something, just like so they could have more room? 2 adults in a twin bed is not comfortable.
It's insane.
She goes, well, your grandfather, he loved to do the sex. He used to teach me all sorts of positions. And I was like, I'm grown up now. Like I'm like in high school, college. Not grown up, but like old enough.
Right.
And I was like, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this. And then I think that the positions were happening while I was right there sleeping.
Karma Sutra-ing in the bed next to you?
I guess.
And why did you have 2 beds in your room? Just a guest bed?
I think it was like a guest bed. Like if I had like.
So you might have had a sleepover that slept in your grandparents' sex bed?
Maybe. I don't think we called it the sex bed, and I don't think they did it all the time. I think it might have happened here.
The positions? Of course they did it all the time.
So many positions he would teach her. So she told me.
Oh, your grandfather.
He loved it all the time.
Quite the Romeo. All the positions. He had this book. I don't remember.
I mean,
wow.
I guess it's all coming together. You know what? You are like my second therapist.
There's so much just sex in your whole family.
But I don't feel like it doesn't feel, looking back, like wrong. It feels like it was so right. And like when people talk about sex positivity, even though that can be like so like lame, like I feel like I grew up very sex positive, and so it's not that big of a deal to me.
You strike me as a sex positive person. You always have been since I've known you.
Thank you.
You don't have any shame, which is very important.
Right.
You shouldn't have shame over it. And that's one of the tough things, right? Most traditional households, that don't have grandparents having sex in the twin bed next to the kid, traditional, there is like a pretty major element of shame that goes into
100%.
Sex. And you are just on the opposite end of that spectrum.
I really am.
You're right.
I came out semi-okay, right?
You came out great. You gave me you're one of my favorite people.
Thanks.
Wow.
Oh, Grams.
Yeah. And but you're not interested in breaking the cycle.
No. I am who I am.
And you should be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to break a cycle. I'm not doing that.
No, that's not what you're here on this earth for.
No, I'm here to spread love and spread sex positivity, apparently.
That's right. That's 100% right. Man,
I want to start
positions.
All the positions. And I remember my mom going, Mom, like her saying to her mom, like enough. And she was like, what?
But does that mean like, do you think they requested the twin bed?
No.
Because they had like.
No, they just were very sexual and very in love, even until their very old age.
I mean,
they were fine sleeping in a twin bed together. It was that was where it started.
There's something beautiful about that.
Sure.
Remaining sexually active into old age.
Yes.
But also if it's your grandparents.
And
just like knocking boots on the floor.
And then so sexually active that I remember my mom telling me after my grandfather died, again, years later, once I was older, that she had gotten my grandmother a vibrator. Because
what?
I know. Like I could never picture Parker buying a vibrator.
Could you picture yourself
buying my mom? I could picture myself buying my mom a vibrator easily. So maybe it's just time.
There will be a time when Parker vibrates.
And I was like, you
know what? That's probably a
she's like, she's not dead.
Right. But way past menopause.
Yeah.
Good for
she was vibrating. Man.
What
were you gonna say that was a rite of what?
What was she? What was she?
Just vibrating away.
You're very good at sound effects. You should know that. Yeah, no, I think it's a Biggins rite of passage.
Maybe.
Right? That it's like the sisterhood of the traveling pants. I think that you should give your mom the vibrator that she gave her mom.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
And then Parker needs to give you that vibrator.
It's not sanitary.
Well, you wash it.
I guess you wash it.
I'm sure it's dishwasher safe.
Yeah, but I mean, not all of them, but yeah, I mean, the one I have is probably dishwasher safe.
Wow. You have to do that for you. You have to do that for your mom.
I will do it for my mom, but I will not give her mine. I will buy her.
No, you buy her a new one.
A fresh one.
You do have to do that for your mom.
I feel like you're right.
Because she told you that story.
She did.
There's a reason, whether she knows it or not.
She's like, bitch, when I'm old and alone,
it's gonna happen.
I need to.
It's gonna happen to all of us.
Right, it is.
And you know what she's gonna need to do?
Vibrate.
That's 100% right.
I mean, just got to keep the tradition alive.
You have to.
Family is about tradition.
Right. This is like Leatherface's family. The Saw is yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh. They were cannibals and stuff.
So they kept it in the family.
But family was the utmost important thing to them.
And eating each other.
No, they didn't eat each other.
Other people.
They would eat motorists that were like passing by.
Was that all they ate? I'm sorry, I never saw that movie, and I know that you want to kill me because of
I mean, I don't know because it wasn't like a reality show. Okay. Like I just saw them for a short period of time. But
did they cook them? Did they eat them
No,
raw?
Yeah, the implication was that that the patriarch of the group, Grandpa, I guess it would be the patriarch, but
Grandpa.
The active patriarch, that he had a gas station where he served barbecue, and the implication was that by the end of the movie, you realized it was
people.
Passerbyers. That had been a part of the
sweet
and that was really confirmed in the sequel.
Was it?
The sequel was a little campier.
I'm not going to see any of that.
The original was great. It was gritty, raw.
And that's what you like.
Oh, it's the best.
It's the best.
Texas. You know, at the, this made me very excited. At the Golden Globes, Paul Giamatti.
Yes. Don't know if that's how you pronounce it.
I think it is Paul Giamatti.
Yes.
He won an award, but more importantly, I think he's campaigning. He was on the red carpet, and he goes, I want to be in a horror movie. That's what I want to do.
He would be great in a horror movie.
Yeah, but nobody's put him in a horror movie. Probably because like he's like, kind of high level, almost artsy actor. Yeah. Like after Sideways, I want to say.
Yes. God,
it was so good. But it also kind of took his career in that direction, which is good. And in Billions, he's great.
But I could also see him being a very scary human.
And I think that he wants to get that out there. Like, I have this, and people don't want to offer it to me.
Right.
But I will accept it.
Powers that be. Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti
is available.
I'm very excited about the potential.
I love him.
I love me some horror movies.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Where is the horror? I gave you a gift last year. Did you just throw it away?
It's right there in the plastic bag still. I just haven't found a place to hang it up in this studio.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay, I just want to make sure you do like it.
I like the gift, but I also like how possessive you are.
Well, I want you to love me and want to sleep over with me and want to put the things I give you up so you think about me often.
I just like, because again, I like the energy and I like that I don't actually have to deal with it. You know what I mean? It's so great.
It's a lot.
It's so great. Speaking of well, I guess kind of TV, because I was thinking about TV because of the Emmys and stuff. First of all, have you watched Fargo, the new season? Season 5 of Fargo?
I know I blew it. I did not get into Fargo. I know.
The series?
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean didn't get into it?
It was a TV show, right?
No, it is a TV show, but it's like, they're on their 5th season.
I never watched it.
But every season's standalone.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So you could watch any season.
Okay.
And it wouldn't matter.
You'd like me to watch the season?
I mean, it's so good. I think you'll love it.
Okay. Give me like a little... Give me like the blurb on the blurb. I'll blurb on the back of the book.
Blurb is right. The blurb. So have you seen the movie?
No. You hate me.
The movie's great.
Is it? Okay.
It's so good, dude.
I know. I'm sorry. All right.
This stuff is so good.
I know.
If you weren't so busy, like blacking out and texting old friends and sleeping over people's house and like doing dumb shit and
buying shit that I don't need.
Yeah. Like, you could just be, like...
I know, I'm blowing it.
Watching awesome stuff.
Okay.
For instance, Fargo.
Like,
so the original Fargo movie, I mean, the basic thing is that it's kind of a comedy of errors, in a sense.
Okay.
But it's, like, with really serious ramifications.
Okay.
And it's basically, like, the movie is this tidal wave, or even a snowball, that just builds and builds and builds, based on bad decisions.
Okay.
It's like this one guy who's just an idiot.
Okay.
And is just making bad decisions. And in order to get out of it, he makes another bad decision and it sets this thing in motion that goes so far beyond him. And you just follow this insane wave of stuff that happens. Affects everybody's life. And you realize at the end, none of this should have happened.
Needed to happen.
This was all dumb.
Domino
like, if we just hadn't done that in the beginning, which goes back to my original thing that I think I've told you before, which is don't do step 1 if you don't want step 4.
I know. You've said it many times.
So the series is like themed like that. You don't have to watch the movie at all.
Okay.
And each season is different. Season 1 and 2 are 2 of the best seasons of television ever. Season 3 is good. Season 4 is take it or leave it.
Or so you want me to start with season 5?
And season 5 is great, up there with season 1 and 2.
Okay.
It's like Juno Temple.
Love.
From
Yes,
Ted Lasso's.
Did you see her on the red carpet at the, might have been the Emmys, and Lenny Kravitz comes up to her and he goes, "Hey, I'm Lenny." She's like, hi. And he's like, "I love your work." And the guy doing the interview was like, "I love you." Just walked up like, "Hey, I'm Lenny." Like, we know.
We know who
you're
you are.
freaking Lenny Kravitz and you're a god.
Yeah, but you know what he's doing.
Yeah. Working
You know,
that
he's
bitch.
working. He's working.
Okay,
so
Juno
yeah, it's her.
Temple.
It's John Hamm. It's the dude from Stranger Things.
Which one?
Who worked in the ice cream parlor with the
Got
girl.
it, got
He's
it,
great.
yes, love him.
He's great. Everybody's so good in it to the point where
Joe Keery.
Yep.
Okay.
He's
Harry,
awesome.
Joe Keery.
He's great.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's like a real standout from that Stranger Things show.
Okay.
And like to the point where I'm watching the Emmys and they go from Ted Lasso, Juno Temple, and I go, that's Juno Temple from
Fargo, because that's how much he loved it.
And then they go, from Mad Men, John Hamm. And I go, that's that piece of shit from Fargo. I don't like him. He's a bad guy.
In it,
He's a
okay.
bad guy in it.
Okay.
And in real life, he seems like a great dude.
Seems like the nicest guy.
Because he's
large
packing.
schlong.
He's,
Yeah.
big piece.
Oof.
Big piece. He
feel like it
doesn't
would-
like to talk about
No,
it.
he doesn't. But I mean, he can't. Once it's out, it's out.
Yeah.
Like
Let's talk
literally
about it.
and figuratively.
And I almost feel like the reason he doesn't like to talk about it is so people talk about it.
Probably, but also I have a feeling like it's like big, like painful big.
To
Guy-
who? Not to him.
No, to the person he's inserting it into.
Great. I mean,
But there's good big and there's ouchy big.
come on.
I
You don't think everybody wants to be ouchy big?
I mean, I want to experience it once, but like I don't want that for life.
Right. I'm sure he's like that. Really, like is a curse for him. Oh, I wish I was ouchy big. so yeah. I mean, it's hard to get into it without fully spoiling it. But like,
Okay, but it's great.
John Hamm is a sheriff who is not a good man, who does his own way of keeping his town in check. The town likes him because he gets everything done, but he doesn't really answer to a higher authority.
Okay.
Bit of a dirty sheriff.
I like that.
Juno Temple.
With a big dick.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that part of the
You know
storyline?
what? Nipple piercings.
In the show?
Yes.
Stop it.
Yes.
Oh,
and
I love it.
And they don't, it's not like this huge deal that's made out of it.
It just happens to be there.
There's just this scene early in the season where he's taking a bath.
And he's got nipple piercings.
And he's got 2 nipple piercings
Are
in.
they bars or are they hoops?
Bars.
I'm watching later. I'm immediately going home. So much more badass than a hoop.
And he's got a cowboy hat on. And he's sitting in like
In
this-
the bathtub?
It's not a bathtub. He's outside in a wooden barrel on his ranch. And he's sitting there like this with his nipple piercings, the bars, the cowboy hat on, and the FBI comes to talk
We're
to
gonna
him.
have to clean this
Bro,
chair.
wait till I tell you. The FBI comes to talk to him. And like, we need to talk to you. And he does the badass thing
What?
where he gets a towel and he stands
shows his
up to dry off and then he puts the towel down. Right in front of him.
Wait, do you see it?
No, of course not. But the FBI does, I'm saying.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
character,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
the
I
character.
got it.
We viewers
Right.
at home
Okay.
can only imagine.
Right.
But then Juno Temple is like this woman who's got the Fargo accent and everything.
Right.
She's got a husband. She got a real nice home life. But you realize very quickly, she's clearly got a double life.
She wants that schlong.
No, it's not about the schlong. You're very distracted. No, of course not. But you realize quickly she's got this double life because she knows that she's got to protect. There's something that she's protecting the house from. She knows that there could be people after her.
Okay.
And the way she handles protection, the way she handles escaping from kidnappers, the way she's got this skill set.
Okay.
Almost Liam Neeson like.
Okay, I
a
will
certain
find you
set
and I
of
will kill you.
skills.
Yes.
Yeah, where you're like, whoa, where did this lady learn how to do all this stuff? I thought she was just a mom.
Okay.
And it kind of goes from there.
I'm watching immediately.
It's so
I'm
good.
starting it tonight.
Yeah, it's on like Hulu or whatever.
Or whatever.
Hulu, Disney.
So
yeah.
excited.
You're gonna love it.
Can't wait to see some bar nipple action.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted my nipples pierced at one point and my tongue, but my mom told me she would throw me out of the house.
Have you got your tongue pierced?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's like a thing. And I didn't want it for, I didn't know, like at the time that I wanted it, that was possibly for sexual purposes. I just wanted it because I thought it looked cool and it'd be fun to play with.
Sure. I mean, it does like. Whoa.
I don't know. I just like want to play with something in my mouth. Famous last words. You know what I mean? It just was something fun in my mouth.
Go ahead.
And it would kind of click around. I don't know. I feel like it'd be fun.
To do what?
Play with something in my mouth.
Yeah, I bet it would be. And what was your mom's problem with that?
I don't know. It did pass, but then I was on to the nipple piercings, and then she told me if I came home from college with them, then I would not be able to stay there anymore.
Now, I'm sure your mom was like, the problem is if you get a tongue piercing, you could develop a reputation for someone that gives beaches.
Which I'm amazing at.
That's good to know. But I was going to
It's my specialty.
I was going to say that you should have told your mom that as damaging as that can be, there are other ways to build a reputation.
Right?
And you're willing to do that.
And I will do them. I can, I have, and I will.
You know what you're good at.
Yeah, man.
You don't have any qualms about that.
No.
You have your insecurities.
100 of them.
But that's not one of them.
No.
You know you're good.
I'm very good. I mean, there is like a horrible stereotype that Jewish girls give good head, and this one does.
You happen to abide by that stereotype.
I do, but it doesn't mean that all Jews are good at it. I'm just bomb at it.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Ask any of them.
And good.
Ask any of those schlongs.
It's going to take you a while.
Yeah,
There's a lot of them.
I do like to say schlong. I feel like I haven't said schlong in like.
You've been saying it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels right.
Yeah. Practice makes perfect,
It does. It does.
Don't forget.
A lot of practice.
Don't forget that. Yeah. I mean,
But I feel like I was good right out the bat.
Really?
After my first time.
First time was not great?
Well, I told you I was young and I didn't know what actually, like my friends and I hadn't talked about it yet. So when when his pants came off, I went, are you ready? I thought it was a blow job. And he was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Sure.
Then he taught me and I've been good ever since.
He was a good teacher.
Great teacher.
Shout outs to him. Maybe you should blackout text him. I want to thank you so much for what you taught me.
I mean, I was going to learn eventually, but yes,
true.
it was nice that it was that gentleman.
That's true. Well, this has been satisfying.
I'm satisfied.
Yep, this has been great. Nicole Biggins, it's always great sharing this time with you.
Yes. If you look me up on social media, you will not find at Nicole Biggins anywhere. It is at Mashup Nicole.
Mashup Nicole.
On all the platforms.
Would you really want me to call you Mashup? Hey,
No.
Hey, Mashup Nicole.
Maybe Nicole Ryan, perhaps.
Ryan.
My legal name.
Really? Oh, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave comments. Don't forget to hit like. Tell all your friends. And we'll see you next week here on the Satisfying Podcast.
What's wrong with us? I don't know. What's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you.
No, I don't know.